So Leslie, if I were a student of popular culture and I wanted to go out and do some reading, find
Yeah.
out more about what it means to look at pop culture and what it means to be a student of pop culture, can you recommend any authors or blogs or journals or books that I should go check out?
Sure. In our popular culture cluster, statement about what we are, what we're doing, one of the people that we quote is Douglas Kellner, who's an American scholar,
Mm-hmm.
works at UCLA, and he's written a ton about everything from 9/11 to Black Lives Matter to you name it. He has written a lot, and he's very, very, very good, and that's in a scholarly
Mm-hmm.
sense. And there's a lot of pop culture blogs and things like that. Um, I think that oops, I'm halfway
It's
in the
okay.
picture.
Here
I
we are.
think that part of the thing that somebody should always look at if they're interested in popular culture are people that try to maybe ridicule or make fun of popular culture. And two things come to mind. One is like Adbusters, which is a
Mm-hmm.
really famous magazine. And people take ads and sort of deconstruct them, take them apart, and put them back together to try to show some of the meanings that are trying to be, put across in
Yeah,
the ad.
it's
And
great social commentary.
it's great social commentary critique.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, one of the really important things is to look at what people in alternative media in general are doing. Like, I used to have an assignment about going out and seeking out an alternative media source, and I would give students a list of these different ones in Portland and finding out about them, investigating what it is they do and how they're different than more mainstream media
Mm-hmm.
outlets. And I think that's a really good way to learn about popular culture, is to learn about it through the critique that people who are on the outside of the mainstream, so they're not
Mm-hmm.
in big corporate media centers or something
Uh-huh.
like that. And there's a lot of really well-known people. For example, um, Anna Sarkeesian, who was involved in the whole big debate about the representation of women in comic books and in gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And she has this podcast where she talks about different,
Mm-hmm.
different games and different things that she's investigated, and points out the way that these representations happen for women, where they're either a damsel in distress or they're
Mm-hmm.
uber sexualized. And what does that mean, and what kind of messages are children getting, are young men getting, are people getting in general about the value of women? So I really think that it comes down to looking for different sources that critique
Mm-hmm.
or um, analyze on a deeper level some of the pop culture that is produced
Right.
by big corporations or by mainstream media,
Yeah.
to look for those messages.
Yeah.
And of course we have, in pop culture, we have our famous journal, the Journal of Popular Culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's scholarly articles to back all that up, but I think just looking out for different personalities that are critiquing
Mm-hmm.
popular culture is the way to go.
Yeah. Great.
To really learn.
Great. Well, thank you, Leslie.
You're so welcome.
All
I
right.
keep going out of the picture.